This is my tea of the day, chamomile. It's really good for reducing inflammation. Hey fam! It's really good for reducing inflammation, calming the body, calming the mind. Smells amazing. It's really good for digestion. So as we're coming into this later half of our day, we want to start calming our body down, releasing some of that stress that may have been built up throughout the day. And we're going to stress it out and move it out of our body, release it out of our minds, and set ourselves up to keep moving through our day-to-day. Someone said they're drinking a concoction that their mom has been forcing them to drink. Can you share with us what's in it? I'm curious. I'm streaming live on Facebook and Instagram as well. Yes, Kiera's drinking Peace. That's one of our Felicity Shot blends. It's really good for boosting your immune system. It has lemon peel in it, and peppercorn, honeybush, and rooibos tea. So that's really good for this detox and this release that we're doing here on Wednesday nights with What's the Tea. So thank you guys for coming out and joining me. We're going to start our session with our tea ceremony, setting our intention for our time here on the mat. And then we're going to move into our breathing practice and meditation and allow that to set the space for us to physically move our body through our yoga poses to release that stress out of our muscles and continue with that work and releasing it out of our mind and also out of our spirit as well as we move with intention. All right. So grab your journals and I'm going to give you the prompt of what I want you to reflect on. We're going to come back to the same questions of last week. So find a comfortable seated position on your mat, on a pillow, and we're going to get started. Okay. All right. So we're going to move into it. Thank you again for joining me for What's the Tea. This is our virtual yoga and self-care tea party, a space for us to sip tea and nourish our body, to release and nourish our spirit through journaling and self-care, and creating this space using yoga to help us release the tension in our bodies, in our minds, and in our spirits. And just using these forms of self-care to help us tackle our day-to-day, to help us release the stress that builds up, that we experience in our day-to-day life so that we can keep thriving. So the journal prompts that we started with last week, we're going to continue. These are the journal prompts that we will use in each of our sessions on Wednesday nights. But it's really great to have a repeat of writing it out and reflecting on it as you write so that you can be very clear with yourself that you're resetting your intentions, re-energizing your mind, your body, and your spirit towards exactly what you're wanting to accomplish. And for us, we're wanting to accomplish releasing stress so that we can receive the peace that we really desire. So I want you to write that prompt again. What do I need for my mind, body, and spirit to release stress and receive peace? That is our larger question. And then you'll write out that first question. What do I need to release? What do I need to release? Leave yourself some space and then write out the second part of that question. What do I need to receive? What do I need to receive? And then there's one more question that I want you to write down. What am I taking from this space to support my mission? What am I taking from this space to support me on my mission? Now the first two questions, you may have the answer to that already. You may know exactly what you're coming into this space to release right now, and you may know exactly what it is you need to receive in order for that piece to be accomplished. And if you do, go ahead and write that down. That third question of what you're taking away from this space, this is where you'll open up your mind, your body, and your spirit to receiving whatever messages, whatever information it provides for you throughout this practice that you'll need to take with you. Maybe you need to think on it a little bit more. Maybe you just need to be a little bit more mindful of it. Maybe it's where you hold tension in your body. Maybe it's a self-limiting belief that keeps popping up throughout your practice that you really need to work on releasing, that hasn't quite been complete in this practice, because we're just starting the journey today. So things come up and we know that there's going to be more work to be done. So don't think that you're going to be here solving every single one of your problems right now, or you'll have complete peace at the end as far as your problem being resolved. But sometimes we can really call in that peace by having clarity around what it is that we need to be aware of. And so peace comes with that knowledge and understanding as well, and not always with us being away from that stressor. All right. Now, as usual, I have a collective intention for us. And so one of the things that really came up for me this week as it pertains to resistance, as it pertains to releasing stress and calling in peace, was this space of resistance, and how we are often very resistant to change, or we may find resistance in our body that comes in the form of tension. For example, you may want to stretch and touch your toes, but your body is resisting that, right? Your muscles are not loose enough to fulfill the stretch to the depth that you may want it to be. So your body is holding that tension. Your muscles are providing your body with a space of resistance because it's not able to move on just yet. And when it comes to our breath is a space where we can really tap into how much resistance our body is holding. And so with our meditation today, we'll be really tapping into our complete yogic breathing, a complete breath, where we will be practicing noticing that resistance as it pertains to our belly and our breathing. Okay? So when you ask yourself the question of what it is that I want to call in, let's start with the release. What is it that we want to release? I want to release resistance. And so that's my collective intention, is that today we release any resistance that we're feeling in our mind, in our body, and in our spirit. When we exhale, we want to think release resistance. And as we inhale, I want you to call in expansion. Call in this space where your body is able to expand beyond where it is in the moment. And I was in a beautiful practice yesterday that really opened up something beautiful for me. My instructor said, do not force your release, but call in your release. So when we're looking to expand, when we're looking to release that resistance, we don't want to try to force it, right? We don't want to try to force relaxation. We don't want to try to force this good peace and this good energy to come into our body. There's no way to force it, right? That sense of force is a sense of control. But we want to call it in. We want to just allow our body to be open to receiving it. And it's funny because I just thought about like when you try to call in your kid and they're running outside and playing, it's like, yeah, you can go snatch them up off the street. That's forcing them inside. Or you can call them in and say, hey, it's time for you to come in. This is, you're welcome here. You're wanted here. And that kind of reception that your child or you as a child may think back to, and what that felt like to be called in rather than what it might have felt like to be snatched off the street. So calling in what you want rather than trying to force it to happen. So I want you to call in expansion, and I want you to release resistance. So with that being said, I want you to grab your cup of tea, and I want you to allow yourself to move into this tea ceremony, into this process of calling in your intention for the day. And as you take a moment to sip your tea, as you inhale, call in that intention. As you exhale, release what it is that you want to release. And as you recite what you're calling in, recite what you're releasing, allow yourself to sip that tea and let that warmth in the water be that physical manifestation of your intention coming over your body. It's a symbolic thing, right? That's what ceremonies are. They're symbolic. So if you believe that this water, these molecules, this energy that you're putting into this water and in the frequency of your intentions, then this is what you're infusing into the water, which you're infusing into your body. So I'm going to allow you to take a moment to do that. I like to take 3 sips. One for my mind, one for my body, one for my spirit, just to intentionally allow my body to settle in. Take this time to write down anything that comes up. This practice is yours to develop and flow through as you see fit. So whatever comes up that you need to write it down. If you need to take a sip of your tea, take a sip of your tea. And continue to move and breathe in whatever space and whichever way that you want. But as you put your tea off to the side, we're going to move right into our breathing practice. Allow yourself to just come to a comfortable seated position. I'm sitting here on my yoga mat, on my meditation pillow, allowing my hips to be elevated, my knees to be coming downward, so that the blood can flow through my legs. And I'm going to sit up nice and tall, expanding the crown of my head up to the sky, and exhale to relax my shoulders away from my ears. And I want you to follow the same and start to notice your breath. Don't try to change it, just notice it. What do you feel? Is it slow? Or is it fast? Is it deep or is it shallow? Does it feel cool? Or does it feel warm? Just take inventory of what you notice. Don't judge. Don't try to fix it or assign whether it's right or wrong. Just notice where you are, right here, right now. I want you to notice if you inhale, does your belly expand out or does your belly suck in? Our belly should expand out as we breathe. As we inhale, it expands out. As we exhale, it deflates like a balloon. The opposite form of breathing is called our stress form of breathing. It's inverted. And this is the type of breathing that restricts our ability to get as much oxygen into our lungs as possible. So in the next few moments of our breathing practice, we're going to start to work on a complete breath. A stress-free form of breathing that you can take with you in your everyday life to check in and to release. So take your hands and put it on your belly as you continue to breathe. And this time with intention, as you inhale, feel your belly expand like a balloon. And as you exhale, feel your belly fall. And keep that going. Inhale, feel your belly expand. Exhale, feel your belly fall. And as you do this, start to call in that release as you inhale. Feel yourself calling in that relaxation as your belly expands. calling in expansion. And as you exhale, release the resistance in your belly. Now take your hands and place them on your ribs. And as you inhale and feel your belly expand, I want you to start to feel your ribs expand too. This is the second part of your complete breath. Take one more breath, belly and ribs expanding. Then I want you to take your hands and place them over your chest. So as you continue this breath, you can feel your collarbones expand as your chest rises. This is the third part of your breath. Inhale, belly rises, ribs expand, chest rises as your collarbones spread. And as you're ready, take your hand, place one on your belly. And you can place one on your ribs or keep it on your heart and keep this breath going. Continuing to feel that expansion through your belly, through your ribs, and through your chest rising. Allow yourself to continue with this breath. Expanding the belly, the ribs, the heart. Allow yourself to continue this breath at least 5 more times. Releasing resistance. Calling in expansion of the belly, of the ribs, of the heart. Calling in your personal intention, releasing your personal stress. When you're ready, slowly allow yourself to come back to a normal form of breathing. So instead of expanding as much as you can, allow yourself to find a balance and find some comfort with your breathing pattern. And allow yourself to hold on to this space throughout your practice. Remembering that the only thing that matters is that you keep your breath flowing. As long as you're breathing, as long as you're on your mat, you're doing yoga. So don't feel like you have to do anything other than whatever your body tells you it needs right now. So if you're sitting on a pillow, let's come off of our pillow. Allow ourselves to shake our legs out just a little bit. I'm going to sit lengthwise here. So if you'd like, you can come back into this easy pose here with your legs crossed and ankles underneath your shin. I want you to sit up nice and tall. Exhale. Allow your hips to ground down into your mat. Allow your shoulder to relax away from your ears. Allow it to stay in line with your ears. And as you continue this breath, inhale, press the crown of your head up to the sky. And then exhale and gently release your right ear down to your shoulder. We're going to strive for at least 3 breaths in each posture. Feel free to stay and breathe a little deeper, a little longer, wherever you see fit. Inhale, lift your head up to the sky, and exhale the ear over to the opposite shoulder. Still calling in that expansion, exhaling and releasing that resistance. Inhale, head comes back up to neutral, and then drop your chin to your chest as you go through your next cycle of breath. Inhale, lift your chin up to the sky. Exhale, drop it down to your chest. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, come back to neutral and rotate the chin over to your right shoulder. Exhale to the opposite shoulder. On your next exhale, roll your chin across your chest and bring it over to the opposite shoulder. And let's exhale and do that one more time. And bring our head back to neutral. Inhale, let's reach our arms up to the sky for an upward salute. Let's stretch that body nice and tall. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. Palms flat on the floor. Allow your head to relax. And allow yourself to just breathe. Inhale through your nose and take a deep sigh out of your mouth. Two more times. Take your left hand and place it on your right hand. Deep sighs. Release your hips down to the ground. Switch to the opposite side. Take that left hand over to the left, right hand on top of the left. Inhale, come back to center and slowly walk yourself back up to sitting. And let's lengthen our legs straight out and come into a forward fold. We're going to send our toes up to the sky, send our heels down into the earth. We're going to inhale and reach our arms up like we're reaching to grab hold of our intentions. We're going to exhale and pull it down to our heart. Pull it into our belly. And then ground our hands down into the earth, grounding ourselves in our intentions. Lifting our heart because we believe it. Exhale, folding our heart forward. Just allow yourself to hang out here. Release your hands forward. Just allow yourself to breathe into this forward fold. Let it stretch the entire back part of your body. Feel that stretch through your thighs, through your glutes, through your lower back. Reach your heart towards your feet. Keep your spine nice and tall. We're going to hold this a little bit longer. This stretch is so important. Just hold it one more breath. We're here to release. Inhale, gently fold forward. And we're going to come back into easy pose with the opposite leg in front. And we're going to stretch forward one more time. Inhale, reach up for our intentions. Exhale, fold forward. Coming into our forward fold. Deep exhales, deep sighs. Shake your head no, shake your head yes. Walk our hands over to the right side. Allow that left hand on top of the right for a nice lengthening stretch, expanding, reaching those fingertips, relaxing your head. Exhaling for 3 deep breaths on the opposite side. Following your own breath. Moving us back to center since I talked through that breath. Inhale, come back to center. Let's come right back into forward fold. Lengthen those legs, heels, ground down, toes lift up. We're going to inhale and reach up for our intentions. Exhale, pull it into our heart, into our belly. Ground it into our earth as we press our heart forward and exhale. Reach our arms forward so we can lengthen into this forward fold, keeping our spine nice and long. Point your toes, and then point them to your face. One more time. Exhale, point those toes. Inhale, bring them to your face. And then slowly curl back up. Bend your knees. And we're going to come into tabletop position. Meet me on your hands and knees with your knees under your hips and your wrists underneath your shoulders. And we're going to keep this motion in our spine. As we drop our belly, we're going to come into cow. Lift our heart through our arms. Lift our chin up to the sky. Exhale. Round our back. Drop our head to the mat as we press the ground away from us. Keep your hands nice and wide. Inhale, drop your belly, come back into cow. Exhale, round the back as we release into cat. Let's do this 3 more times. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round your back. Following your own breath. Go ahead and send your knees to the outer edges of your mat and bring your toes together in the center of your mat. Send your hips back towards your heels and release your forehead down to the mat as you reach your hands forward for child's pose. On your next exhale, take your left hand and thread it underneath your armpits with your palms facing up. We're going to thread the needle and send your gaze into the palm of your hands. Allow yourself to hold your intention in your hand. Grounding down through that right hand. Palms flat on the mat. Take one more breath and we're going to switch to the opposite side. Remember, we're threading that right arm underneath the left armpit, palms facing up to the sky, looking into the palm of your hand. Inhale, come back to child's pose. Take one breath here and then make your way back into tabletop. Send your knees back underneath your hips. wrists underneath your shoulders. And let's move back into one more round of cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, round your back. Continuing to do whatever feels right for you. Keeping your breath as long as or as short as you need it to be. Allowing yourself to release that tension in your spine through this movement. In your next cat, shake your head no and yes. Release some tension in your neck. Be very gentle. Be very intentional. On your next exhale, come back to tabletop. Curl your toes and send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Send your chest towards your knees. Allow your knees to stay bent while your spine is straight. Palms grounding down into the earth. Middle finger facing the front of your mat. Thumbs facing each other to make a nice L shape. Spreading your fingers nice and wide. Inhale, I want you to come all the way up on your toes. Exhale, press your heels down into the mat. One more time. Inhale, toes come up. Exhale, drop your heels back down. Good. Gently walk your feet towards your hands. We're coming into a standing forward fold. Allow yourself to sway from side to side. Inhale, slowly roll up to standing. Allow your arms to reach up to the sky. Send your heart up. Exhale, come into a standing position. Release your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers and press your palms down. Your knuckles down to the ground. Inhale, lift your heart forward. Exhale, press your knuckles to the ground. Both hips facing forward. On your next exhale, send your hips back as you come into a forward fold. Press your knuckles up to the sky. If it feels good, allow those arms to come all the way over. Just enjoy this stretch. On your next exhale, you can release your arms down, come into this forward fold, and then slowly inhale and come back to standing. This is our mountain pose. A beautiful place to check our posture. Stand with your ankles in line with your hips, hips in line with our shoulders, shoulders in line with our ears, palms facing forward. As you inhale, shoot the crown of your head up to the sky. And as you exhale, release all of your weight down into your feet, down into the earth. Allow yourself to feel that support. As you inhale, reach those arms up for an upward salute. Exhale, I want you to bring those arms to the front of your body. Inhale, stand nice and tall. And then exhale and twist to your right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the opposite side. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to inhale, upward salute. Exhale and twist. Now we're going to do it to the opposite side. Follow your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On your next exhale, forward fold. When you're back to center. Allow yourself to hang like a rag doll. Grab your elbows if it feels good. Place your fingertips on the ground if that feels better. Allow yourself to sway from side to side. Shake your head no, shake your head yes. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, we're coming back down onto the mat. Place your palms flat on the ground. Step your foot back. We're coming into plank pose. We're going to hold here as you feel that fire building in your belly. Take nice full breaths. You can always drop your knees down and do the modified version. As long as you keep feeling that fire, that's all that matters. On your next exhale, keep your elbows tucked into your body and lower your heart down onto the ground. We're going to chaturanga down. Inhale, press your palms down into the mat. We're coming up for baby cobra. Pressing your palms into the ground, pressing your feet and your pelvis. Lifting your heart. Exhale, come on down. We're going to move into some half bows here. I want you to bend your right leg. I want you to grab hold of your right leg with your right hand, and I want you to extend that left hand straight forward. And as you inhale, you're going to press your feet into your hands to allow your body to come up into a half bow. Exhale, come down. We're going to do this one more time on this side. Inhale, press your feet through your hands in order to pull your body up. Exhale, come down. We're going to switch to the opposite side. Allow that right leg to go. Grab hold of that left leg, and we're going to do the same thing. Extend your right arm. Inhale, press your feet into your hands to pull your body up. Feeling all that tension in your belly, grounding you down. Exhale, come down. Take a breath, and then we're going to do this one more time. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. If it feels right for you, we're going to go into full bow. You can grab both of your feet. You're going to press your feet into your hands, allowing your heart to come off of the ground. Exhale, come on down. Very nice, very nice. We're going to do this one more time. If that feels good for you, keep it going. If not, you can go into one of those three versions. You can do your single leg. Make sure you do both sides. Or we're going to come in here and do two more bows, okay? All right, so find your position. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Allow yourself to release fully. If you did one side, remember which side you did so you can do the opposite side next. One more exhale. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. All right, one more. We're going to feel the burn. Even with stress release, there's some burn here, right? Inhale. Come on up. You got this. Exhale and release. Beautiful. All right, wonderful, wonderful. I want you to gently roll over onto your back. Gently roll over onto your back. And allow yourself to lay in Savasana for just a moment. Allow yourself to just be fully supported, legs outstretched, palms up to the sky. And allow yourself to take 3 deep breaths. Make it 5 deep breaths in this position. We fired up our backs. We created some tension and fire. We want to come back to our breath. Allow ourselves to begin to really listen. In your next breath, bring both of your knees up to your chest. Allow yourself to rock from side to side. Make gentle circles with your knees. Allow yourself to feel that massage on the floor. Now I want you to allow yourself to release that left leg and grab hold of your right knee. You can keep your knee bent on the left side or you can extend it straight out, whichever feels good for you. All right. Allow yourself to continue with your breath, feeling that expansion in your belly, your ribs, and your chest as best as you can. Not forcing it, but just allowing your body to call in that expansion. I want you to take your right heel and extend it up to the sky. Grab hold of the back of your thighs. Exhale, press your toes up to the sky. Inhale, press your toes up to your face. Allow yourself to inhale, press your toes up to, inhale, press your toes to your face. Exhale, press your toes up to the sky. Now make gentle circles with your toes. At least 3 in one direction and 3 in the other. Just find some equilibrium here. Alright. Exhale, bring those knees back to your toes and allow that knee to fall off to the side. Place the bottom of your foot inside of your thigh. And allow yourself to just relax here for a moment. Inhale, bring that right knee back to the chest. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, bring that left knee to the chest. Allow that right leg to stay flat on the floor or extend it all the way out to the ground. And you can just hold on to those thighs. Hold on to your knees. You can hold on to the backs of your thighs. Not your knees, I'm sorry, your shins. You do not want to hold on to your knees. I repeat, do not hold on to your knees. Hold on to your shins or hold on to your thighs. Listen to your body and do what makes it feel good. If something's hurting, give yourself permission to relax and do what feels good for you today in this moment. On your next exhale, extend your heels up to the sky. Allow yourself to feel a nice stretch to the back of your thighs. Exhale, point your toes up to the sky. Inhale, point them to your face. Continue your breath, flexing your toes. Allowing yourself to get a nice stretch all the way through your ankles. Your entire body is involved. And then start to make circles. Sending that love and appreciation into our feet. It carries us daily through the good, the bad. Well, not the bad, but the trials. Right? All right, bring those knees back to your chest. And then allow your knee to fall off to the side as the bottom of your foot relaxes on your inner thigh. On your next inhale, bring that knee back to your chest and send them both in for a nice big hug. And drop your feet flat on the floor, hip distance apart. Place your feet flat, and place your palms flat on the floor. We're going to move into hip bridge here. As you inhale, press your hips up to the sky as high as you can. Lifting your hips, lifting your heart. Feeling that fire in your thighs, in your glutes, in your lower back. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, release. Bring your knees into your chest. Make those circles. Rock from side to side. Do whatever feels right for you. You can get your ankles involved. Go in both directions. Alright. Drop those feet back down. We're coming back into bridge. Inhale, lift your hips. Inhale, lift your hips a little higher if you can. Exhale and release. Good. Inhale, bring your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Extend both of your feet up to the sky. Wedge your hands underneath your glutes. And let's do a little bit of core work. We're going to take 3 breaths. As you exhale, you're going to lower your legs. Inhale. Exhale, lower a third. Inhale. Lower a third on your next exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Bend your knees into your chest. Give it a hug. Exhale. Send those heels back up into the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Lower. Inhale. Exhale. Lower. Inhale. Exhale. Lower. Take a full breath. Then inhale, bring your knees into your chest, come into a hug. You got this. We're going to do this one more time. Our core is our foundation. We got this. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Bend your knees if you have to. It's okay. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Take one breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring knees into your chest. Beautiful. Beautiful. I know you had that fire burning. Congratulations on pushing yourself, on honoring your body and what it's capable of doing beyond what our mind tells us. All right, beautiful. One more pose I want you to have today for your release, and that's happy baby. So bring your knees into your chest. Send your feet up to the sky. Make yourself a cute little chair. Take your fingers and grab hold of your first 2 toes. And let your knees sink into your armpits. And just allow yourself to rock back and forth. This is like my absolute favorite pose. Take deep sighs here. This is an ultimate release for those hips, your lower back. If you feel like there's another pose that's your favorite right now, feel free to go into that before we move into Savasana. All right, I'm going to move you into my other favorite pose. And that's our reverse bound angle. So both of our feet go together. Our knees are off to the side. We did it one at a time earlier. We're just bringing both of them together now. Allow our palms to face up to the sky and just breathe. Feel that extra release through your hips. As you exhale, try to envision yourself releasing all of that tension. that starts in your head, releasing it all the way down through your spine, allowing it to come out at the base of your spine. And then when you're ready, release into your final pose, Savasana. Allowing ourselves to just relax, release, and reconnect to our breath and our intention for our practice today. As you inhale, allow yourself to reconnect to that expansion that you're calling in. And as you exhale, release that last bit of resistance that's lingering in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. Just release it. Let it go. Let each release, each exhale send you deeper into a space of gratitude, of surrender. When you're ready, gently wiggle your fingers, gently wiggle your toes, and allow yourself to slowly bring your mind back into the space. Set your mind and your heart on your next steps as you take this feeling, this release into your daily life. As you get up, I want you to reflect on what from this session will you hold with you in your journey throughout the week. What came up for you in your practice today that you want to continue to think on, meditate on, journal on, sip tea and ponder on, all of that. And I want you to remember this breath, this posture, this practice, the ones that resonated with you. You might not remember everything, but your body will remember what it needed. And I encourage you, the same way you created space for yourself today, you got it. You have the power, and you can, and you can do it. Hey, Peter, we have a guest. And yes. Hey, Fee. Okay. Well, we're here, back, moving into life. Thank you so much for joining me for another version of What's the Tea, where we work to call in expansion in our lives and release the resistance that's holding us back from achieving the peace that we really, really desire in our lives. So I thank you so much for taking this time and spending it with me today, and I wish you a beautiful, beautiful week. Peace, everyone. Hey, boo.